Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck. So, today's gonna change my life. Maybe yours, but definitely mine. And here's the reason why. I love French onion soup. I love this stuff. There's a recipe on my page for it. You should absolutely try it. I also love chicken. French onion soup, chicken. French onion chicken. You see where I'm going with this? French onion chicken, it's gonna speak for itself. Right to the Instant Pot, let's change the way we live a little bit and make French onion chicken. So because it's a French onion chicken, we're gonna need some onions to start. So let's take 2 Vidalia or sweet onions, chopped up into large strands like this, and then just set aside. Now taking some all-purpose flour and putting it in a bowl, I'm just gonna add a little bit of onion powder, and some garlic salt, and a little bit of black pepper. And mix that up with a fork and get everything nice and combined. Now let's get some thinly sliced chicken breast or cutlets. Is about 2 pounds worth. And you can either pound a breast with a mallet and make it thin, or you can go to your butcher in your supermarket and have them slice it thin for you. But you want it on the thinner side. And now we're going to take each piece of chicken and we're going to just dredge it in our flour, so that it's nice and coated, and then set aside in a plate and repeat with the rest of the chicken. And there's our last piece, and let's just set that aside now. So to our Instant Pot, let's add 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and then come down here and go to saute, and let's go down, so we're going to adjust it on the high setting, and then just hit start. And when that reads hot, we're going to start to brown our chicken inside of our oil. And now that we're reading hot, we're going to take a piece of chicken, probably about 2 at a time in batches, and brown each side for about a minute on each side. And then after about a minute on each side, we're going to then flip each piece over. And it shouldn't be too brown, just slightly so, and have a little bit of a rough texture to it from the flour being cooked onto the chicken. So another minute on this side. Okay, and then when we look like this, we're all set. So then just set that on top of some paper towels, and then repeat with the rest of our chicken over here. And there's our final piece of chicken. Let's take it out and add it to the rest of the pile. Perfect. We have some beautiful, slightly golden brown chicken. It shouldn't be cooked through and through at all, just about 1 minute on each side. And it's okay if we still have some remnants of the chicken and the flour in the pot, because we're going to add now 1.5 tablespoons of salted butter. And as our butter's melting, just move it around a little bit and deglaze the bottom of the pan, which means to scrape it with like a wooden spatula, get all those remnants up. It's okay if we have some of them floating around in here. It's just going to add to some flavor a little bit later. And now once our butter's all melted, let's add our onions. And we're going to mix those up with all the butter, and we're going to let that cook here for a good probably 10 minutes or so, because we want them to cook down and to begin to caramelize a little bit. Not completely, but we want them to be completely coated with the butter, and they're really going to cook down. It's going to really add to this amazing French onion chicken. And then just let them sit here for a few while they cook down, and stir occasionally. And after about 5 minutes, you're going to see it's going to start to really cook down, and it's going to soften a little bit. So stir it up for a few. And again, just deglaze the bottom of the pan a little bit, right, rubbing the wooden spatula or whatever you're using, spoon, to get anything that's sticking to the bottom of the pot off of it. And then let's just let this finish cooking out. And after about 10 minutes, we're going to start to look like this. We don't want it to be super brown, but this is absolutely perfect how it is. We're now going to add 2 18.5-ounce cans of French onion soup to this. And now you can also use the 10-ounce cans from Campbell that is condensed and add a cup of water, but I'm using the Progresso where I don't have to add water. So let's just add that right to the Instant Pot. Can number 1 and can number 2. But Jeffrey, we put French onion soup inside the Instant Pot. Why do we have to put onions in there? The answer is because we want it to be really oniony. Those onions that come in the French onion soup cans, they're not super abundant. You know, they kind of just like, you know, they're like little rinky-dinky things. We wanted to have some substance with the onion inside of this French onion chicken. That's why I put some onions in there. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to at all, but I highly suggest that you do. It takes those extra minutes, and plus your entire kitchen's going to smell incredible when you do that too. And now let's add our chicken right back into the mix. There we go. Just don't press down too hard on it. Just let it all sit on top of each other like that. And now let's secure our lid. Okay, let's get our lid on top of the pot. Make sure that we're in sealing position. In the Ultra, it automatically is. We'll come down here. We'll hit cancel. And then we're going to go to pressure cook. And I'm going to go on this one, guys. Select that. The time I'm going to cook this for is going to be for 5 minutes. That's it. Now to thicken our sauce up, we want to make a cornstarch slurry. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, mix with 3 tablespoons of water, and then mix it all together until it's nice and smooth. It'll feel like cement at first, but then it's going to get nice and smooth. And the consistency should be just like this when it's done. No more cement-like texture. Great. And while our chicken is cooking inside the Instant Pot, we have a special ingredient to prepare, guys. Some Texas toast. Right in the toaster oven while we're cooking our chicken. Trust me on this, it's gonna set it over the top. So let's set our toaster oven or our regular oven to 425 degrees. And after we've laid down our lovely Texas toast, you can use any variety of Texas toast, by the way. We're just gonna pop this right inside the toaster oven and cook, as according to package, about 4 to 5 minutes. Now that our Texas toast is all set, look at how perfect that is. Just make sure it's nice and crunchy to the top. Perfect. We're going to pull it out and we're going to remove it. Now let's take each piece and just layer it in a casserole dish. And I'm going to squeeze these in here somehow to make them all fit. So this should be fine if I just wedge them in, because we're going to rest our chicken right on top of it. Now that we're all done cooking, we're going to perform a quick release, which is really easy on the Ultra. You just press down. And our pin just dropped, so let's get the lid off. And there's our wonderful French onion chicken. So coming back to our Instant Pot, let's hit the cancel function, and then let's go back down to saute, and let's just hit it, and what's high is fine, just start it. We're gonna remove our chicken now and just put it on a plate for the time being while we add our cornstarch into our delicious sauce, and it thickens a little bit. There we go, our beautiful chicken. And now to the pot, let's add our cornstarch. And there you go. And stir it up. There we go. It's gonna come to a little bit of a simmer, and that's good because that's what makes the cornstarch thicken the sauce up a little bit. I should say soup, really, but we're making it a sauce. I'm also adding in, believe it or not, a packet of French onion soup mix. Really gonna add to it. And stir that on up. And after cooking, now you see why I wanted to add those additional Vidalia onions, because they cook down, and the onions that come in the onion soup just aren't abundant enough for me. So it really does make a difference to add those extra onions beforehand. And then once it's been bubbling for about a minute or so, let's just come down here and hit cancel and just turn it off. It's fine. Just let it simmer down until it stops bubbling. And now, in the meantime, let's add our chicken to the top of our delicious Texas toast layer. So going with the larger pieces first, let's begin to layer it over our Texas toast. And there we go. Perfect. Now let's layer some of our sauce. Speaking of our sauce, it went from a soup to a sauce. From simmering down and all that cornstarch, it's thickened up super nicely after it cools for a few. So now we're going to take it and we're going to spoon it generously over all of our chicken, get all the little nooks and crannies. And when that's done, we're going to want a little cheese, please, some Swiss. And let's take it and we're going to just layer it over our beautiful chicken and sauce. And just basically do it like in patchwork, just like this, so it's almost like a nice cheese quilt. I'm using 10 slices of it. Get some more sauce, spoon it over, and kind of drizzle it a little bit for a final touch. Just make sure we get in there all nice and good. We really want it to be full of that delicious French onion sauce soup with the cheese on top. Now what we're going to do is we have the option to either let the sauce and the chicken melt the cheese from the heat on its own, or set your oven to broil and then pop it in there for a few minutes until the cheese starts to get all bubbly and maybe even a little bit brown. The choice is totally yours. You can do it either way. I'm going to broil it for a few minutes. And I'm just going to put that in there for a few minutes and take it right out once it begins to bubble. Alright, let's open our oven, take our chicken out. Perfect. That's exactly how I want it to look. Yeah, just like that. I mean, is this beautiful or is this beautiful? Alright, grab some toast underneath as a foundation and put it on a plate. Alright, and now let's get some more of that delicious sauce. And we have some left over, by the way, in the pot. We can also spill over it if we'd like, so I'm just going to put some more. And there we go. Oh yeah, absolutely perfect. Okay guys, let's try out our French onion chicken. I think I just broke on through to the other side. Let me tell you something. If you like French onion soup, if you like chicken, and if you like butter-crusted bread, you are in for a treat better than winning the Powerball. Alright, maybe that's not true, but close to it. because the odds of you winning the Powerball aren't very high, but the odds of you making this successfully in your Instant Pot is 100%. I mean, this chicken is absolutely to die for. It's just such an interesting idea, and it really truly combines the world of French onion soup and chicken in a way that I could only have dreamed of until now. And the sauce is so thick, the toast is perfect. If you'd rather not layer your chicken over the toast, if you want it to be super crunchy, just while it's broiling in the oven, if you choose to broil it, then make your Texas toast, and you can just dip it in as a side. Look, I made extra, it's on the side. I can literally just dip it in, lap it up in the sauce just like that, and the sky's the limit, the choice is yours. Guys, if you enjoyed these videos, if you want to learn some easy to follow recipes just by watching my videos, go to pressureluckcooking.com. There are so many recipes with only more coming. And don't take my word for it. Go to my Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/pressureluckcooking. Check out the reviews that all the lovely people have left. Everyone seems to really enjoy all the dishes. I'm never going to share a dish with you if I think it's terrible. It reflects poorly on me. Go to Pinterest. Pin it on my website. Go to pressureluckcooking.com. See the top image. Pin it. Save it to any board you want. Guys, thank you so much. And I'm telling you right now, this one, game changer.